Hi everyone, Diana Rankin here with your weekly soul messages and psychic predictions. And this is week number 28 for July 7th to the 13th. And along with your messages, we'll get a way to stay in joy from one of my books, Joy, the Art of Living a Happy Life with 52 Processes. And this week I pulled out the process for week number 16. It's personal integrity, and we'll talk about that in a minute. We're also going to get a message from another one of my books. This is an oracle book by Philip, the Master's Book of Answers, and each page has a different wisdom on it. And so we'll just flip through and get a message from Philip for that. I also have, after journaling with Philip, his response to a question I asked this week. But I want to first of all say thank you all for coming. I'm so grateful you're here. I appreciate your comments, and I so appreciate your subscribing, your coming back, your being a part of my world every week, and I'm so grateful to be a part of your world. So thank you. Last night, after the 4th of July, I went to a family party, and I came home, and some things happened, not at the party, just some things that were going through my mind while I was traveling, because I have a good hour in travel. And so I was thinking about what's going on in our world. And when I got home, I called a friend in California, or actually texted, and then she called me. And she said something very, very wise. This is my bi-coastal friend, Carol. I think you've heard me talk about her wisdom before. And what she said to me is, darkness is attracted to light. Darkness is attracted to light. And so as I thought about that more and more during the night, and today, it's Friday, by the way, when I sat down to talk to Philip, I said, all right, Philip, I think this is our weekly message. Let's address it. So here's what Philip had to say. You are correct when you repeat that darkness is attracted to the light, and that the light must be bright enough to absorb the darkness without dimming. Let me repeat that last part. The light must be bright enough to absorb the darkness without dimming. Philip goes on to say, this is a feat of great consequences and of great opportunity at this point in your world. The light must be held, but done so with love. This precludes any attempt to control another. It simply means to live one's life in such deep love that others will be drawn to this energy and want to partake of such joy. There are those who seek to dim the joy. These people are not to be ignored, but are to be made aware of the strength of your light. Cannot be dimmed, for its strength comes not from you, but through you. If you feel a dimming of your light, you must rejuvenate by spending time with that which feeds you, such as silence, nature, meditation, and so forth. It is human nature to be both shadow and light. To ignore one is to miss the human experience. However, it is when we get lost in the shadow that the light must shine brighter to restore the balance. You have learned of the shadow that you have had chosen to ignore in the past. That which we cannot acknowledge, we cannot heal. Do not ignore the shadow. Instead, embrace it with love and let the divine light that you are shine through. I'm going to repeat that last paragraph because I think it's important. Do not ignore the shadow. Instead, embrace it with embrace it with love and let the divine light that you are shine through. Oh, my friends, if I could only show you the divine light that shines through you. If I could only let you see, as Rumi says, your own radiance, how great this whole planet would be. It would be a whole different world. So, that said, thank you, Philip. And what I want to say is the joy process that I chose for us this week is personal integrity. And we think of integrity as someone telling us about the moral code that we have to follow and a strict line that we have to adhere to. But personal integrity is often about our own subjective views and living up to them. It's basically walk your own talk. If you're going to talk about being spiritual, walk it. It's not about how much time do I spend in meditation. It's not about how much time do I talk about being spiritual. It's about who did you help today? Who did you reach out in love to today? Who did you smile at today? That's what spirituality is, my friends. Spirituality is simply about living in love, not fear. So, get your journals out, and it has a whole list of things that you have to then ask yourself and write about, starting with what agreements have I made with myself that I've broken, or with another? When did I not keep my word? When did I not walk my talk? And so on. We have to look at the truth of who we are so we can grow. And I always say, when we look in the mirror and nobody looks back, we're done. Until then, we have a lot of work to do, and we get to keep growing. Let's see what Philip has for us. Think left page or right page, and we'll just flip through. I'm hearing left, but I always read both pages. But left is our message for this week. Your body and your mind are nourished by that which you feed them. Your body and your mind are nourished by that which you feed them. If we feed fear, if we feed anger, our bodies are going to get eaten up with that. Now, that's not to say someone who gets ill is in the wrong. We don't take this stuff on in our human self, or what we take on in our human selves, we may not always agree to as the humans. But from the spiritual point of view, we have agreed to it. And so what we take on, your mind and body are nourished by that which you feed them. Let's feed them love. And on the other side, on the right side, it says you are the only one responsible for you. You are the only one responsible for you. Stop giving your responsibility to other human beings. Stop giving them your power. You're the one in charge of your life. Make it a good one. The only way we're going to heal this world is for each of us to heal our wounds, which means we have to first recognize them and then heal our wounds so we can then be the light for others. And when darkness comes, our light doesn't dim. It just is bright enough to encompass the wound of the other's darkness. I love you, my friends. I thank you so much for coming and being with me each week. I thank you for your comments, and I thank you for being the light that helps heal the world. Because alone, not one of us can do this alone. That's why we need each other. Just remember, love, fear, which are you choosing in this moment in your life? Thank you for accepting our love and for being with us and loving us. Until next week, bye for now.